Coach, congrats on the win. This historic night. It's been talked about for so long, and finally here, and just a great win there to get that first Big 12 win. Just your overall thoughts.
Just played some really solid softball on all ends, all sides of the ball, and I saw our leadership. I saw our seasoned vets really come to play and trust themselves and have some fun too while they were along with it. So Sarah threw a great game. They played awesome defense behind her, and just some really good hitting moments off a great pitcher. I think she had 28 innings of shutout innings prior to here. So the Knights love challenges.
You got a 4-run first inning. To mention that after obviously Lyric Moore hit the homer, but your team responded. Just speak to what you saw there offensively. They're attacking him right from the get-go.
Yeah. So in the last basically the last inning of the Stetson game and then the first inning here, we've seen response and recovery, and that's been great to see. And that's I love how we are play, recover, play in those moments and having each other's backs, because that's what it's going to take in the Big 12. It's tough, and we were telling them the whole game, 4 runs is not enough. 4 runs is not enough. It doesn't matter who you're playing, because the Big 12, it's it's anyone's game at any time.
What did you see from Sarah? Obviously, give up the home run in that first inning to Lyric Moore, but didn't phase her. She just kind of rolled along and really got into a groove and drove in 2 runs with her bat.
Yeah. I mean, it was a missed pitch, and she was ahead in the count, and good hitters are going to do that, and that's okay. But then afterwards, I think that was the only true hard hit of the game off of her. So I got to hand it to her. She got better as things went on, and I told her to be a shark, and she did just that.
How did it feel to see Jasmine Williams get on base there, not once but twice, after seeing the rehab she had to go through to get back on the field?
Yeah. Well, she was definitely missed. I think everyone did a great job of filling in. But again, she's a 6-year senior. She's got so much experience, so much perspective, and plays so chill but aggressive. And so to have her back out there, it has been awesome. And to be the fire starter like she was, and get on and get over and get them in, and then the big hit comes. So much needed. I like how our defense is playing with her out there too.
Yeah, of course, Ashley Griffin, she's been back this season after being injured all last year, got 2 RBIs tonight. What's it been like having her back behind the plate?
Yeah, that's been awesome as well, to see her come back from the injury last year. And she is somebody that is also a calm person that is much needed on the field, and very suiting for her position as well behind the plate. So I think she's doing a great job. We talk about how great it is to have the dynamic pitching staff that we have, but that makes the catcher's job really tough. And for her to know all of the pitchers that we have and understand their tendencies, because they all have solid movement in all different directions. And so I just think she's doing a really good job of being a pitcher's catcher, being the Knights hitter when we need her, and having fun while doing it.
You had Jada Cody getting the 35th home run of her career today. What's it been like seeing her, putting her at the leadoff position?
Yeah, it's been fun. She's a tough out, no matter, and I think she made 2 outs in the first inning, and she looked at me like, really? And I just knew that both of those at-bats were solid at-bats, and it was going to come for her at the right time. But as a pitcher, and having to face her as many times as you have to, and especially later on in the game, she comes up in some really solid situations. That's big for our program. So love it, love having it, and love that the bottom of the lineup was feeding into her coming up.
Championship innings, you've talked about it since really you've been here, but now really harping on that this year. 5 through 7, you won those championship innings, scoring those 3 runs in the 6th inning. That's kind of a carryover from even the Stetson game. Just talk about those championship innings, your team delivering on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, no, so true. It does a lot of things, not only in that game alone, but in a series, right? It sets the tone and the momentum for the next day as well. And so to be able to do that and get that momentum, and just, again, we use the reference as the queen smelling the barn and just taking off. And I think she threw one of her best innings in that last inning. So it's huge for us, and it's going to help take some pressure off of our backs, off of our defense, off of our pitching, if we play solid in those last couple innings.
Now, obviously, it's a short term. You got a quick game tomorrow, but big, long term. You've seen football go through this: men's basketball, volleyball, soccer, all the sports going. This was your turn tonight to play in this first Big 12 game that'll be, remembered years and decades from now. What was it like to be a part of this historic night?
Yeah, it's really awesome. This team is super special, and I'm not just saying that because of the result tonight, but being allowed to, be the head coach of this program and be in the moment in each pitch tonight. I know it could be that I'm getting older, and they say wisdom comes with that, but I'm going to credit the team and their ability to take ownership in their areas and allow us to coach. And so being able to experience that tonight, stay loose, tell a few jokes when we needed to, be serious when we need to, just really speaks to who this team is. And then the message also was, people talk about recovering after maybe a failure or a loss, but it's tough to recover after a big win too. And, to get the first Big 12 win in our program's history is a big deal. And so that's what the message was after the game is you get to celebrate, and then it's back to work. So I think their hour is almost up here, and then it'll be back to work of, how to go win 7 more innings. So.
What's the difference between the UCF softball you saw on opening day versus the team that we see right now beginning conference play?
Yeah, opening day I would say very similar. I think after our first loss, I think we just kind of were like, oh, wait a minute, right? Instead of the sky's the limit, we were kind of like, here we go. And then we started to just be aware of so many things. And that's what's so big about being in this moment with 11 seniors, is, they'll take in certain things and they'll make it bigger than it needs to be. Yes, the days are counting down, and we talk about it because we're not going to hide from it. But I think, it doesn't mean that one swing is heavier than the other. We can put the weight of the world on one at bat when really it's just one at bat. So I think for us, we're definitely getting better and stronger. And with saying that, after already facing adversity, right? In the opening day, we didn't know no different. We just came out, attacked. I think we played 5 innings, and then, we were done. So to have gone through and played against the opponents we've played against, be in some of those tough games, have some of those heartbreakers, and then now coming back with the strength that we have, I love where we're at right now. And again, we got about 30 more minutes, and then it's back to you're only as good as your next game.
One more question.
Back during media day, you mentioned that you had the motto STW. You just wanted secrecy about what it was, but you're able to tell us at least how this team has been able to live up to it over the course of this season, now going into conference play.
Yeah, I think it's through every day, every moment, whether win, lose, success, failure. It's being able to really stick to our commitment as a team, and also remember who we are, because who we are is why we are successful and why we have this traditional winning tradition from our program. And so I think that those are the real big things to hold on to when it comes to that.
Awesome. Best of luck tomorrow, Coach.